What is up guys, it is Jordan here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most talked about, infamous, hyped, controversial, everything games of all time, Star Citizen. Star Citizen is a game that I have followed for a very long time, pretty much since it was first announced. I never actually backed it just because I'm a bit skeptical of all things early access. However, Star Citizen recently got a massive update and a free-to-play week, which I did not see coming. I never thought I'd see it coming, and I will say, to start this video off, on the very first thing is that I will be investing in this game after the trial ends. I will be buying a starter package just so that I can spend some more time in the universe of Star Citizen and follow the development closer. Which then leads me on to this video, which is talking about how Star Citizen is maybe, probably, possibly, potentially worth your time. Before we get into this video, I do want to say I have a Discord channel which has been open for a while, but I've recently been getting back into it and trying to push it. So if you would like to get more involved with the channel or maybe play some Siege with us or other games, do join the Discord. The link is in the description, and as well as that, my Twitter is also in there. I'm gonna, plug my Twitter because I'm a YouTuber now and YouTubers plug Twitter. But no, seriously, I am gonna be updating things more on Twitter and getting more involved with you guys. So if you are more interested, then it'll be awesome if you went and check those out. Anyway, moving on with Star Citizen. So this video is going to be a raw uncut talking about my first experiences with it. And I will say my first experience was atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. I logged in, I got about 4 FPS. It took me forever to even log in, actually. It was stuttering, jumping. It took about 25 minutes to load without exaggeration. Like, not at all. It was honestly about 25 minutes to load in. And I was like, holy crap. And you may be thinking, why is this worth my time if you're saying that it took you 5 seconds to like realize how bad this game was? And that's because I made a mistake that I'm sure many of you will also make, and that is not realizing that this game will not run on anything but an SSD. If you don't have an SSD or don't have space to put this game on an SSD, do not try it, because you'll get an impression on this game that you can't remove. Like you will think it's the worst thing ever. So if you're thinking of trying this game, for the love of God, put it on an SSD. Once I put it on an SSD, I found that the game loaded up pretty much like a normal game. In fact, maybe even a bit quicker. It was really quick loading on an SSD. It took me less than a minute to get into the game, which is quite impressive for the scale of the content's already there. So I was quite happy to see that that wasn't fixed. And as well as that, I went from 4 FPS without, I'm not shitting you here, to about 70 to 80 FPS consistently, and the stutters were removed, and it played like a normal game, at least for the first couple of hours. There are more bugs because it's alpha, and I'll get onto that, but at least for a while, for like the first 4 or 5 hours, I had a very smooth experience. I even managed to play with a friend of mine, and we had some of the most fun I think I've ever had in any game ever, just exploring, not even doing the missions or the contracts, but simply just flying around in this absolutely breathtaking universe. It was something else, and I cannot stress it that this is a completely different experience. Now, that being said, later on we did experience so many issues, and I think most of it is server side. I think because they're probably being hammered quite a lot right now server-wise, because they've got so many new people coming in. We had disconnections all the time, hard crashes, we couldn't join each other's games, the whole logging out on your ship and then being able to resume where you left off thing just didn't work, and we kept on respawning at stations. We got killed randomly, evacuated into space for no reason, which was actually funny the first time, not so funny the 5th time. But yes, unfortunately there are tons of bugs, and if you're going to be playing this, you have to expect these things to happen. It's not a matter of will you have these things, it's when you will have these things, because they will happen to you. My top tip for anyone playing this is don't run around in your ship too much when you're flying. Like if you're on like quantum drive or whatever, you're leaping across, don't run against any of the walls of the ship, because there is a very high chance you will just flat out die, or you will just get sucked out into the vacuum of space and you're done. However, when it works, it's worth it. It's honestly worth it. I have very little patience when it comes to buggy games. Very little patience. Like most of the time, if the game doesn't work as it's supposed to within like the first half an hour, I'm done. However, this game keeps pulling me back in, and yet it's the buggiest thing I've ever played in my life. It really is, and yet I keep wanting to play more. And that's because the content that is there when it works is so good. The animations for moving around are very fluid and nice. The gunplay is pretty smooth. The AI is a bit twitchy. You'll realize when you start to play that the AI is very unfinished, but the general movement in first person is amazing. The animations for getting in and out of your ships, the small things like that just are breathtaking. Space combat is actually very fun. I think when my friend and I were playing, I was on the turret, he was flying, and we had some of the most fun doing like dogfights that way. It was brilliant. And then after the fight, we came out and like our ship was like banged up, and there was like air and stuff sucking out through holes on the ship. Oh my god, it was brilliant. And when you're fighting other ships, you can see big chunks of the other ships coming off and flying about where you're like shooting them down, and then when they explode, you get this massive like blue beam of light, and it's breathtaking. It really is. It's like being in a sci-fi movie. And then when that's all over, all that fighting's over, You get out of your seat, you slide out of your seat and you go and sit on your bunk bed with your friend and you chat about the shit that just happened whilst lying in your bed looking at all the holes in your ship. And oh my god, I can't stress the experience. The experience is just so good. And then after all of that experience of being in a dogfight and space combat, you would think, oh, it's a space game, that's it. But no, then you get to go and seamlessly land on a planet or a space station, land your ship, get out, get it repaired, go and do some shopping, go and wander around, pick up some more contract, get back in your ship and then take off and go and fly to another planet and do some of the missions over there. It's just, the seamlessness of it is brilliant. And I have to say this again, when it works, it's brilliant. It really is. And I thought No Man's Sky was impressive, well, at least after the next update. We're not going to talk about early No Man's Sky, but I thought No Man's Sky was impressive with its landing. But Star Citizen, because of its realism and the graphics, it's like you're there. It really is. It's like you're there. And I think one of the most amazing moments I had in Star Citizen was when we pulled up on a planet and we opened the rear door of the ship and we just floated around. We just went out of the back and just floated around in space, just taking pictures, like screenshots, and looking at the lighting. And yeah, it was amazing. It really was. It didn't even feel like a game at that point. It felt like real. It felt like we were there. And and honestly, it's an experience you have to try. If you haven't tried it and you're just ready to hate on this game, then you're not doing anything other than missing out on an experience yourself. Like if you want to sit there and troll this game and say that it's a buggy piece of mess, you wouldn't be wrong, but you'd be wasting your breath because you could be experiencing something amazing. And then you can complain about the bugs afterwards. See, I have no problem with people complaining about the state of this game at all. But at least just experience what's there as well, because you can you get a better picture of what you're dealing with other than just hating it from a distance. There is so much else to talk about this game, there really is, that I could go on for absolutely hours. I mean, the content that's there is more about make your own fun, make your own enjoyment, and that can be very difficult for some people, definitely. And if you want the kind of people that can just make fun with, you can't make your own fun, then you're going to struggle because the contract missions and things they're not brilliant. The voice acting's a bit ropey as well, I've got to mention that, in places, which kind of surprises me because they're pushing for this super high budget Squadron 42 thing with famous celebrities and things involved in it, so I thought maybe they could at least get some good voice acting in Star Citizen, but apparently not. They've just got really poor voice acting, so that's the thing. But if you are going to pick up this game and give it a go, definitely bring a friend if you can. It's way more fun with a friend, sharing a ship and just living the life in space, really. That's what it's all about. Like after we've been playing for a few hours, we were both going to go to bed in real life, and then we just kind of climbed into our bunks in the ship and sort of said goodnight in real life over Discord. And it's literally just like living another life in space. So if you're a sci-fi geek like me, then this is something you have to try, 100%. But I have to stress it one more time, be prepared for a less than optimal experience. In fact, don't even be prepared for anything close to an optimal experience. Do what I did. Before you even load up the game, read up on everything you can do to improve optimization with this game. There's a couple of tweaks and things you can do. I'm not going to go into it because there's so many other people that are way more qualified for that than me on YouTube and better videos. But if you want to hop in with the best first impressions possible, definitely go and watch some of those guides first before you get into this game. But remember guys, it's free till Friday anyway. It's free right now. That's why I want to get this video out on Thursday, so that people that see this may get a chance to hop in before it ends and experience this before you have to pay for it, because at the moment I wouldn't necessarily say it's worth buying into. I know I said I'm going to, but I don't think the game is worth it for someone that mainly just wants to check it out, because then you're buying into something that you'll play for an hour and think, wow, this is amazing, I can't wait for it to be finished, and then you'll never touch it again, and that may not be worth it for some people, and that's completely understandable. So definitely maximize this free fly weekend and hop in and experience it. Even if you're a massive hater, just give it 10 minutes of your time. You got nothing to lose, it's free. As well as that, if you are going to join the game and you want to buy into it afterwards, then do use my referral code below. You get a bunch of money to start off with, I get rewards. It's pretty cool. I think it's a cool system, and it helps both of us out in terms of the game, because currency is king in everything in life. But if you do want to see more content on Star Citizen, do let me know, because I really enjoy it, and I'm going to be buying into it and experiencing some more of what the game has to offer as it evolves. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and I hope that you are maybe now considering giving this a go in its free weekend, or free week, sorry. If you did enjoy the video, I would really appreciate it if you did smack that like button and subscribe for some more awesome content. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and an amazing time in space if you're going there, and I'll see you in the next one.